Good morning, second years. Okay, so yesterday we were looking at bar charts and I drew a few bar charts for you, but also you were looking at bar charts and you were answering questions based on bar charts. Today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to be drawing. I'm going to get you to draw some bar charts. Now, just a quick recap, okay? Bar charts are ways of visually representing, so showing a picture to represent data, information. Now, we have been given data here. We can see it here. This question in particular, we're looking at make of cars in a car park. And it says it gives the make of 120 cars. And we have the number of cars, like the number of Fords and the number of Volkswagens, etc. And the question is asking us to draw a vertical bar chart to show this information. A vertical bar chart is where the bars are coming from the bottom up, and a horizontal bar chart, which we haven't done, is where the bars go across. Most of the ones you'll do will be vertical. So when you're doing a bar chart, the first thing you need is you need to have a pencil. It's always better to do it in pencil, but if you only have a pen, that's fine, do it in pen. And you need a ruler. And it's handy if you have graph paper. If you don't, no problem. If you can do it on graph paper or in a maths copy, but if you don't have one, no big deal. And then we have, if you have coloring pencils, that's also really useful. Now, one thing about these videos, there's times when I'm going to be drawing stuff in, writing stuff in. To speed it up, you can increase the playback. If you go, when you're watching this on YouTube, if you click on the little settings button, it'll give you an option to increase the playback, and you put it to 1.5 or 1.75 or even 2. And that'll speed up certain sections. And you may be even able to watch the whole video at 1.5 if you want. So when we're drawing a bar chart, it's like a big L. We use a ruler to draw a vertical and a horizontal, and these are called axes. So this is the x-axis going across, and this is the y-axis going up. Now, we are going to put the different categories of car across the bottom. So on the bottom, we're going to have Ford will be the first one. And what I've done is I've drawn two lines because these are the lines that I'm going to have for the bar chart when I draw the one for Ford. And there's a little bit of a space here and a space here. Ford is the first one, and then the next one is Volkswagen, people's car, that's what it means in German. And the Volkswagen is going to come up out of here. And then the next one is Toyota, Toyota. And that again will come out of here. And then the one after that is Fiat, an Italian car. And then Nissan is the next one, another Japanese car. Nissan. The next one's Opel. I think Opel are German, called Vauxhall in England. And then others, and what they mean by others is any other brand. So there might have been one Subaru or one Skoda or two Mercedes. Now, along here, we are going to have the number of cars. So it's going to start, this would be 0 down here, and then it's going to start increasing as we go up. Now, we're not going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 because it won't fit. But what we can do is each square, each box can represent 2 cars. So that would be 4, that would be 6, that would be 8. This would be 10. That would be 10. That would be 12. That would be 14. This is a good example of where you could speed this up. 18, 20. So we're going up in twos. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. And it's all even. 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, and 32. We can stop there because we can see Ford is the biggest number. So it has 32. So we only have to go up to 32. Now draw a vertical bar chart to show this information. Okay, let's do it. So you use a ruler. I'm not going to use a ruler here. I'm just going to freehand it and do my best. So Ford has 32 cars in the car park. There are 32 Fords, different types of Fords. And I'm not doing too bad. There we go. That's the bar chart done. And now I'm going to color it in. Now, you could color it in or do lines like this. The only reason I'm doing this is it makes it a bit more clear when we're finished. So Volkswagen, 16, there are 16 Volkswagens. So 16, go across here and down, and then I'll color that in. I'll color this in yellow. Again, here's handy if you could speed this up. And now Toyota, how many Toyotas? 24. Okay, so we go up until it is level with 24, and this is why the graph paper can be really handy, or the maths copy can be handy, because you can see where it's equal to. And I'm going to do this one in green. There we go. Fiat is the next one. There's only 8 Fiats. So you go up to 8. You don't see too many Fiats in Ireland. But if you ever go to Italy, after all this coronavirus stuff has stopped, if you ever go to Italy, you'll see a lot of Fiats. And you'll see some Alfa Romeos as well. Now, Nissan. How many Nissans are there? 12. So you draw up to 12 and across and down. If you already know how to do this, you can actually skip on in the video because after this I'm going to show you, I'm going to put a sum up and you can do that sum. Pause the video, do the sum, and then you can press play and I'll go through it so you can see how if you did it correctly or not. So you don't have to watch the whole video, you can skip through bits that you already know. Now Opel, there's 20 Opels, so I have to go up a bit. So up to 20 here and come across and then down. All the bars are equal. What color will I use here? Purple. I'll speed this up a bit. And then the last is others. Others is covering any other type of car, like a Subaru, Skoda. And we'll use dark blue for this. Oops. Okay. So we have drawn our vertical bar chart, vertical because it's going up. So we've done that, that's done. Now, what percentage of the cars are Nissan? Okay, so how many Nissan are there first of all? There's 12. 12 Nissan. And we have to put that over the total number of cars. So there's 120 cars in the car park. So 120. And then what we do is we multiply it by 100 over 1. This is how we find a percentage of a number. So 12, what is 12 as a percentage of 120? So we get our calculator. And we go 12. Now that's over 120, so it's divided by 120. And that gives you 0.1. And we multiply that by 100. So 10%. So the answer is 10%. So 10% of the cars are Nissan. 10% are the brand Nissan. And that is the second question done. Okay, so I'll just get rid of this and we'll have a look at the next one. So you can see here, they have given us the following information. They've looked at shoe sizes for a class of 30 first-year students. And they've looked at who has size 4, who has size 5, size 6, size 7, size 8. And then they have the number of students who have the different sizes. So there are 4 students who have size 4 shoe. There are 10 students who have size 6. Now, what I've done is I've drawn out here the L shape already. And you can see how I've spaced it out. I've gone 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. But I've done 2 boxes in between to spread it out a bit. As long as it's even and it corresponds with the number going up. So 2 boxes, 2. 2 more boxes, 4. 2 more boxes, 6. And then along the bottom we have the shoe size. So this is shoe size 4. And this is shoe size 5. This is shoe size 6, 7, and 8. So I'll write down here shoe size. That's this axis. All right. This one over here is the number of students. NO dot is short for number of students. That is this side. Now, you can copy that down, and I want you to create the bar chart by yourself. Okay, so pause the video, do it, and then unpause the video and see if you got it correct. All right, so let's see, did you get it correct? So first of all, size of shoe, let's have a look up here. 4. There are 4 students with a size 4 shoe. So we draw a line going up, and we go across, and we go down. And just like before, we are going to color it in, just so it looks visually more appealing. And then we're looking at size 5. So size 5, there are 8 students with size 5. So we have to draw a line up to 8, and then across, and then down. And you would use a ruler because it would be a lot neater. If you really don't have a ruler, you can do what I'm doing and freehand it. But I would prefer, if you had a ruler, to use it. Now, number 6, or should I say size 6. How many kids have size 6 feet? They have 10 kids have it. So we go all the way up to 10, and then across, and then down, straight down. That's not bad. And we'll make this green. We'll color that in. All right, brilliant. Now, the 7, size 7. How many? 6 of them have size 7. 6. Size 7. We go down. Again, color that in. Let's make this yellow. Yellow is one of my favorite colors. Right, here we go. Size 8. How many have size 8? Only 2. So it's smallest number. And we will make that blue, light blue. Okay. Let's just check and see. Draw a vertical bar chart to represent this information. Done. Mark the shoe size on the horizontal axis. That's the one going across. Yeah, we did that. And the number of students on the vertical axis. Yes, brilliant. Done that. Okay, so if you drew something that looks like this, well done. All right, next question. So the last question for today has a few extra things we have to do in it. You have to draw a bar chart, and then you have to answer these questions. So draw the bar chart first, and then you can watch me draw it if you want, and then answer the questions. I'll go through them all now in a minute. What I'll do is I won't label this for you. I want you to have a go and see if you can label it yourself. See if you can label correctly which one is the horizontal and which one is the vertical. Because we have number of children per household and we have number of households. So which one do you think goes on the bottom and which one do you think goes on the vertical axis? So pause it now and have a go. Okay, so hopefully you put the number of children per household along the bottom. Number of children we'll just say per house. All right, that's along the bottom here. So the first one is no kids in a household. Then the next one is 1. Then the next one is 2. Then the next one is 3. Then it's 4. And then it's 5. And then it's a big family of 6. Then on the left-hand side, we're putting number of households. Number of houses. I'll just say houses. It's fine. Now, what's the largest number we have here? 14. Okay. So what I'll do here is I will go up. All of these are even numbers. Yeah, they're all, you can divide 2 into all of them. So I'm going to go up in 2s. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and 16. All right, now we're ready to draw a graph. So let's have a look. The number of households that had no children was 12. So it was 12 households that had no children. So that means we can draw our line up to 12 and across and down. And I'll put in blue here. I'll do a quick job. And what about 1 child per household? 6. Okay, so we go up to 6, and then we go across and we go down. I'll do another color. We'll do orange or brown, light brown, maybe you'd call that. And now number 2. Let's see, 2 children per household. How many households are there? There's 10. So 10 houses in a neighborhood, 10 houses would have 2 kids. Yep. 10 houses have 2 kids. And the next is 3 kids, so 3 children, and that is 14. So that is the most common because it's the highest number. And I'll just color that in dark blue. All right, now 4 kids. How many households had 4 kids? 8. So we go up to 8 and across and down. What color will we do this in? We'll do this in green. All right, and then the next one is 5 kids. So how many houses had 5 kids? 6 houses had 5 kids. And I'll be boring and I'll just do that in black. And the last one, 6 children. How many households, how many houses had 6 children? And it's 4. So we just go up to 4 and across. And the last color we'll use here will be purple. Okay, so that's what your bar chart should look like if you've done it correctly. Now, how many households were on the street? That's the first question they're asking here. So it tells us the number of households that have different numbers of children. But in order to find out how many households are on the street, we're going to have to add all of these together. So we'll have to add 12 plus 6 plus 10, and we'll do it now. You can use a calculator, or you can do it in your head with me now. So 12 plus 6 is 18, plus 10 is 28, plus another, this is the way I do it. So I have 28 plus 14, I add 10 to 28, that gives me 38, and then I add 4 to 38, gives me 42. 42 plus 8 is 50, and then 56, and 56 plus 4 is 60. So there are 60 households on the street. Number 2, how many households had 4 children or more? 4 children or more, so we're adding up these 3. So 6 and 4 is 10, plus 8 is 18. So 18 households had 4 or more children. What fraction of the households had no children? Okay, so to do this, we need to look at how many houses had no kids. Well, we can see easily, no kids. Those 12 houses with no kids. But we want to express that as a fraction of the total number of houses. So that's 12 over 60. Now, you'd get most of the marks for doing this, but you would get all the marks for simplifying it. So we need to simplify this. Can we divide 12 by 12? Of course we can. 12 divided by 12 is 1. Can we divide 60 by 12? If you use your calculators, 60 divided by 12 will give you 5. So a fifth of the houses had no kids. So let's go on to the next one, number 4. What percentage of the households had 2 or 3 children? So 2 kids, that was 10. 3 kids, that was 14. So let's add those two together. 10 plus 14. 10 plus 14. That gives you 24. Now, what is this as a percentage of the whole? So you put 24 over 60 and you multiply it by 100 over 1. And we have to get our calculators here. So 24 divided by 60 equals, and multiply that by 100, and that's 40. So 40% of the houses had 2 or 3 children. What was the third most common number of children per household? Well, let's rank them looking at the graph here. The most common, first place, was 3. The second was none. And then let's see, the third highest will be this one here. So number 2, 2 children per household. Let's see, 14, 12, 10. That's the third. So the third most common number of children was 2. So 2 children per household is the third most common. Children. Okay, so that's your work for today. Well done. Tomorrow we might do a few more bar chart sums, and we are going to be moving on to statistics after this, which is very similar to bar charts. So keep the ruler handy.